this Quran, in inverted commas, the Quran as it was revealed, that is being pushed by many on social media, I want to offer my thoughts and guidance concerning it, and Allah knows best. Number one, when it comes to the arrangement of the surahs in the Quran, this is part of the revelation and part of the Quran, the Mus'haf, the arrangement of the different surah is a part of the preservation of the Quran. It was something that was done by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this Quran which we have that starts with Surah Al-Fatiha, followed by Surah Al-Baqarah, and it ends with Surah Al-Nas, and it has 114 surahs. This didn't just happen by chance, and it wasn't just thrown together willy-nilly. These verses and these ayat were pieced together in this fashion by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was compiled into a book at his time, and this was based upon the revelation and the guidance sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's been no disagreement on this amongst the Muslims. This thing that we have now, which claims to arrange the different surahs according to when they were revealed, and it is not a study book of any shape or form, it's just a translation, the Quran as it was revealed. This is an innovation and it should be avoided. At the least, it's extremely doubtful. Therefore, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us to do, to avoid the doubtful matters. We must avoid this kind of thing. Don't buy it, don't promote it. And I believe it should be taken off sale immediately if the people involved, they fear Allah and they fear the last day. Here are my reasons for this. Number one, if we call this a translation of the Quran, it's a translation, then we suffice ourselves that we are trying to get as close to the Quran as we can. We'll never truly encapsulate the beauty of the Arabic language and the Quran as it was revealed. However, if we are trying, then we can translate it for the purpose of aiding comprehension into the English language, but we are not allowed to play about with the order of the chapters of the surah. It is haram to play about with the chapters of the surah. Somebody's going to come and he's going to say, yes, but this is in the ulum of the Quran, in the sciences of the Quran, they have an entire discipline which looks at the order in which the verses were revealed. And this surah is a Makki surah, so it was revealed in Mecca. This surah is a Madani surah, so it was revealed in Al-Madinah. We say to this, yes. However, those books, they don't claim, number one, to be the Quran as it was revealed. They make it very, very clear that this is a book of tafsir or a book of asbab al-nuzul and the reasons behind why a particular verse or an ayah was revealed. And this is for the tulab al-ilm. It's for the students of knowledge who understand the Arabic language, who are able to discern and able to study why and when and how, and they link it to the seerah and they link it to the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To just put out a English translation, a direct English translation of the surah, but then to change the order, this is something which is going to cause a huge amount of confusion. The Quran as revealed was as it was to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no need to play about with the order of the verses. Number one. Number two, when you look at the books of tafsir, they don't play about with the order. They go through Surah Al-Fatiha and they'll mention this is Makki, this is Madani. They will go through Surah Al-Baqarah and then they'll go through the rest of the surah, etc. And they will be in the correct order. Okay, so nobody messes with the thing. And then to call it as it was revealed, as somehow to imply that the Quran that we have now is not the correct. This is very, very problematic. Point number two, okay, point number two. The translator of the book is a Sufi. He is from a particular Sufi tariqa, Qadri tariqa, and this is absolutely haram to take the religion from them, to take their translations. When we're talking about the istiwa of Allah and where is Allah, and certain verses concerning the names and attributes of Allah, and even other verses as well, it is impermissible to use their translation of the Quran and then to rely upon that. That's point number 2. Point number 3, and this is a side point, a lesser point, but the first volume has been revealed and it is 86 chapters, okay? I believe, or 88 or something like that. So it's missing chapters, okay? Now somebody might say, of course, there's no harm. And there's no harm in a book being split over multiple chapters, the books of tafsir, 10, 12, 14, 18 volumes, more than that sometimes, and there's no problem. But the problem is that when you are presenting to a people who by definition are not knowledgeable in Islam, because if they were knowledgeable then they wouldn't need to rely upon this English translation. So they are people who generally are not knowledgeable about Islam. You're presenting to them something which is going to confuse them. A book which is claiming to, and it is called the Quran as it was revealed. So they're claiming that this is a book as it was revealed, and it's based upon a false and a batil translation from a Sufi, which is not allowed. It's in the wrong order. On top of that, it's got surah missing. It's going to cause so much confusion, subhanallah. It's going to cause so much confusion, okay? And so we have to suffice ourselves with the translations of the Quran which have been recommended and have been checked. So for example, if somebody was to come to me now and say, which translation of the Quran should I use? I would say the Muhsin Khan translation. Okay, the Muhsin Khan translation, it has the verses and the surah in the right order, so we're off to a good start. It's from a person who has inshallah correct aqidah. It's been checked. It's not perfect, and we're never going to have a perfect translation because that's not possible, because the Quran cannot be encapsulated by the English language. If you want to know the glory and the beauty of the Quran, you have to learn Arabic. Brothers and sisters, in short, in conclusion, there are some really serious issues with this book. It should not be bought. It should not be promoted. It should be taken off of sale. And those who are promoting it need to fear Allah. Stop following personalities. Stop blindly just defending your favorite sheikh because he's famous and you like the way that he speaks and he makes you laugh, and other than that. This is our religion. This is the source of our religion. The Quran as well as the Sunnah. This is the source of the Islamic legislation. When are we going to stop playing about with it? Why don't we just suffice ourselves with the scholars of Islam and stop trying to look for new ways to make money by selling the deen of Allah, by just compromising and just promoting something which is, oh, it looks nice and it's presentable and it's got some nice pictures. This is about heaven and hell. We need to take it very, very seriously. We ask Allah for safety, security. My advice to you, as is, spread that this book should not be bought. It should not be given as a gift. It should not be read, nor should it be promoted. It should be taken off of sale. And we must fear Allah, fear the last day, and ultimately Allah knows best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.